Yo, what up, all my artistic viewers? Got another guest here with me today. So I'm kind of excited about this one, man. It's a old school friend of mine. We don't kick it too much, man, but when we do, it always seems genuine. And yeah, man, I got my boy Brian up here, man. What's up, Brian? What's the deal, man?
What's up, man?
How you been, dude?
Just trying to chase a dollar
I,
every day. Go
I
to
hear that,
same old thing.
and we all, man. Nah, man, I'm sorry to make you have this long ass drive out here, bro. Like, but I appreciate you coming out, man.
Nah,
Making it.
ain't no big deal. And we really live on two completely different sides of town.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why it's a long job, man. But ain't that Houston? I feel like that's Houston, dog. Like, you gonna go
Yeah,
somewhere, you driving 30, 40 minutes. Like,
yeah, you right. Cause like for me to go to I think the closest person I got living to me is my brother, which is probably like 5 minutes. But if I gotta go like to my mom's house, my mother-in-law's, it's about a 40-minute drive for me.
yeah, the same. It's cause they live in the same the where we
Yeah, where
grew
we
up
grew
at.
up. Yeah, so they
Yeah.
live there, and then I live in Katy. So I mean, you talking about 40 minutes, and that's no traffic. I mean, you put traffic in the mix here.
Oh yeah, that's an hour longer. Nah, but
Yeah,
yeah, man, we grew up in the same area, man. Which I think, man, you born and raised Houston and shit,
yeah.
right? Yeah. But I know we went to school together, man. So we from the same blocks, same neighborhood. So yeah, I got the same drive, bro, to see my grandma. Well, my mom and my brother came and moved up here too. And but like when I go see my grandma or people, my other relatives, it's all in the hood, man. But man, I miss that hood. You go there a lot? Or you visit your mom a lot?
Man, I used to go there a lot, but ever since Kevin moved out, I
Hmm.
kind of really don't.
Oh, okay. So
Unless I'm visiting my mother-in-law, she stays right there in Melrose. I don't really do too much down there no more. Ain't really no reason for me to be down there no more.
nah, I hear that. I hear that, man. It's a lot of distractions down there, bro. A lot of distractions.
Yeah.
But that's no offense to the people we grew up around, man. Like, still got love for them people, you know. But yeah, man. I want to first off say, like, speaking of the drive, you coming out here, man. I feel like you've always supported me, dude, in certain avenues, certain things that I've gotten into, man, and I really appreciate it. Like, you've always spoke out and tell me how I'm doing something great or positive, man. I appreciate that. Like, I don't know if you know, bro, but you like the only one to come all the way to my crib and get my first mixtape.
Oh yeah, I remember when we did.
That boy hit me
That I
up.
was, we were just talking about that shirt. I somewhere in my drawers.
Yeah, well, you reposted that mixtape, or like you had posted it one time, and I guess you shared it when you
Oh yeah,
reposted it,
it
like a
popped up.
couple
It popped up as
like a
a
memory.
memory on Facebook. Yeah, that's right.
And I was like, man, that boy did show me love, man. Cause like everybody else, man, I had to like either go take it to him or when I saw him,
Yeah, yeah.
But that boy said, man, y'all come swing through and pick that bitch up. So he came through, picked it up. Yeah,
Man,
man. So, and I think that's good. That's cool, man. I don't know if you rock with me like that or you just love the support. But
nah, it's both. Obviously the support, but like your music, I like it. Um, and it's another thing. Like probably about a few months ago, a conversation between me and my wife. She was asking, I was asking her like, man, what would be your dream job? And I forgot what she told me, but mine was, I think if I could go back and like restart everything, I think I would have liked to like produce music. So it's
oh
always
yeah,
been like people with music. It's always kind of gravitated to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like even I mean I was gonna ask you earlier like how you make like if you make your own beats and that like I've always wanted to see like how
How
the
it's
music
done.
made right
Oh yeah,
like not the finished product so to say but
yeah. Nah, bro. That's honestly, bro. That's why I had to bring you on here, dude. Like for me, like when you reached out to me and said you wanted to do a podcast with your wife, man. I was like, man, I need you to come on here, dog, so you can kind of feel this shit, bro. Cause like,
yeah
that makes it seem like you never been around music to
man
touch it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean I've always had a I'm not gonna say I had an ear for it but like when I listen to music obviously I'm listening to like the lyrics and stuff and no matter if I'm listening to Spanish hip hop
Yeah,
whatever
yeah, yeah.
I listen to like the beats. Like I'm like, I want to know like what kind of instrument they're
What
playing with.
instrument made
Like
that
yeah,
sound? And
like I just it's something about the beat that I've always been drawn to. Um, but yeah, man, it's just I don't know. It's just always been like I've never talked to nobody about it or acted on it, but it was a conversation me and my wife had, and I was like, man, you know what? Like I think if I could go back and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like coming out of high school or like pick something up, I probably would have like tried to like surround myself with people that were doing music. You know what
Nah,
I mean?
for sure, man. I mean I kind of still had a. I know I've been in music and I've done some things, but I wish I would have realized like I didn't realize back then that everybody don't have the same vision as you. And I
Yeah,
remember, I talked to all my homies, and all we talked about was music. And when I got into music, I was like, man, they gonna be down. They gonna be like, yeah, I'm fucking down. Like I want to be part of this group, whatever it is. I want to be part of. But nah, bro, I got like the complete opposite. Like nobody was rocking with me. Nobody was like, that's your thing, dog. You do it. And I was like, so I wish I was surrounding myself around people too, cause that I think that's really where I fell off with music. Like I didn't have nobody really like wanting to interact with me, or I wasn't around the people to keep going.
yeah.
But man, but I'm glad you said that, man. I'll definitely show you some shit, bro. Cause
Nah, yeah. And I
I
seen you just dropped a new track, right?
yeah
I haven't,
yeah,
I haven't got around to listen to it, but I'm gonna listen to
and
it
I
on the way
produced
home.
that one. I produced that beat. I wrote the lyrics and I mixed the track, mastered the track. And it's been a long time me learning this shit though, dog. I just saw it, but I've never let it go.
Yeah, I'm actually laughing because I have two sisters, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna say she's my youngest sister just turned 18. My older sister, I think she's 22, and she called me probably like a month ago.
Hmm.
Nah, I'm lying. Probably for her birthday. Her birthday last year in November, and she trips you out, bro. She's a trip, but
Well, that's the
she
that's the
she
younger generation,
she
man.
calls me. She like, man, guess what I did? I'm like, and every time she says that, bro, it's always like, man, what the hell this girl do? And I'm like, what you do? She like, I booked a 2 hour studio session. I'm like, bro, mind you, she's never talked about some like studio session. Like for what?
Big surprise
She's
to you.
like, I'm gonna just go in the studio and just see what I could work up. I'm like, at one end I'm looking at it like, man, you out your damn mind. But in the other one, my wife was like, man, like let her. She's having fun. Like
Yeah,
you never know what's to come of it. Or even then, she just walks away with an experience, right?
definitely.
And at times, I told my like, man, you're right. Because there's a lot of times like I've held myself back from doing certain things. So I'm like, I'm I'm too I'm too much in my comfort zone, right? Like even coming on here
Yeah.
and talking with you, like I'm out my comfort zone, bro. Like
But that's what I love though, man. You
I'm
had to
not a vocal person. Like I'm very private. I don't like when like all the attention's on me,
on
bro.
you. Yeah, nah. I understand that, man. But like when you have these little itches, man, like I said, when you told me about you wanting a podcast, it's like, man, you gotta come feel this shit, bro, because you gotta feel it, man. It's something for me. Like when I feel these certain things, I'm like, bro, that's tight. Or like when I make a song and it's done, I'm like, bro, I gotta
Yeah,
keep feeling this feeling, like. And you might, and I wanted you to kind of have that experience, man, because you might go home and be like, "Babe, we gotta do this shit." You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Like
You know what I'm
like
saying?
we were talking earlier, and this whole podcast. I mean, I follow a couple of podcasts, right?
Yeah.
And I on Instagram, I'm all day. I probably send my wife about 5 10 videos a day, like just stuff I see. Like, hey, check this out, check this out. And a lot of times it's like podcasts, and I'll kind of like throw it in there, like, man, we should try one, should try one.
Yeah.
But for me, I really want to try one with my wife, kind of like on the type of for it to be therapy for us, like, and whether it be good or bad. I mean, just kind of
Yeah.
just talk about
All on the
life,
table.
right?
Yeah, all on the table
Everything we
shit.
got going on, like what she got going on with her business, what I got going on, the kids. I mean, whatever it may be, just like I feel like kind of use it as therapy, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you kind of like me growing up. Men, we're taught to, man, don't talk about it. Put in the back, and we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. I actually had a conversation with well, I've been having conversations with my brothers recently. How like I have older brothers, like they're like, well, one's 6 years older than me and one's 8 years older than me. The one you saw, the one was on the podcast, is the oldest one, and but they were so much older than me, man. So like they were already like experiencing things that I grew up so mature. like wanting
Yeah.
to be like them. But that's what made me like they weren't telling me their problems because I was the younger brother, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought they don't either they shelter them or they don't have problems.
Yeah.
So when I had problems, I was like, well, I can't,
It,
you know what I'm saying? I can't express that. Like I got to be like them and just, you know.
I think it's just what society has done to us, bro. Like I'm trying. I got two boys, bro. I got a 4-year-old and I mean a 5-year-old just turned 5,
Yeah.
and I got a 2-year-old. We're gonna turn 2 in April, and I'm trying to teach them different, right?
Yeah.
Bring them up different than I was brought up. So I say that to say this: when my oldest cries, like I'm learning to deprogram myself in the sense of I'm so quick to tell him like, boy, quit that crying.
Yeah.
But I gotta sit down and really talk to him. Be like, man, it's cool, cry, let it out, like whatever's bothering you. But then there's times I catch myself and I'm like, I kind of want him to cut it out,
Yeah.
but I just gotta. My wife tells me too, like, man, like you can't do that, right? You gotta like, you don't want him to be like the way you came up. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up, bro. I could say I didn't really grow up in an affectionate family, right? Like up until now, like now you see more affection, but growing up it was more like you deal with it how you deal with it.
Yeah. If you got something going on, suck it up.
Yeah,
Suck it up.
and even like your case, like I have an older brother. We're 5 years apart. Man, me and my brother probably didn't really start seeing, like, not seeing eye to eye, but like really kicking it, chilling with each other.
Yeah.
So I was probably 18, 19. Because I mean, he's 20. What's he got in common with a 15-year-old? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, I feel
so
you. I feel you on
kind
that
of like
big time.
where he seen I kind of like started drinking, and that's kind of like, okay, we got something in common.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though.
And then that's kind of like now we got a great relationship. I say I probably talk to him every other day, but it took a while for us to get there, right? But man, that's how it is. I think we got to sit back and with our kids. I know you got a daughter and my little boys.
Yeah.
You got to sit back and look and say like, man, how do I make it better for them, right?
For
How
sure.
do
I mean, that's what you would hope, man. I mean, I
Oh,
would hope
yeah.
every parent wants better for their kids than they were. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I mean, some are stuck, bro. Like
Oh, yeah,
some
I
are
know.
stuck, bro. Like I mean, it's unfortunate, man. But I don't see how some people don't want
Man,
better
bro,
for their kids.
I was one of them. I was one of them. Me and my wife been together for 15 years, bro. Married 5.
15 years, bro.
Yeah, she out of high school, so that's
High school sweetheart.
yeah. Man, been together for a long time,
Yeah,
bro.
mine fucked me up, but
Nah,
that's great though, man. Actually,
Yeah,
I want to talk a little bit more about that, bro. First of all, let me just say, bro, that's one thing I admire about you, bro. Like you look like you really care about family. You really care about your family, and I know she got 2 boys, and that's something I admire from you, bro. Like I could see that from a distance,
Appreciate it.
and yeah, man, speak on that a little bit, bro. Like
Yeah, man. Like I said, we've been together 15 years. That's I could say like that's truly my backbone, bro. I ain't been the easiest person to deal with, right? And when
Oh,
I
man,
say
you gonna-
earlier, like
I'm
I
gonna learn
was
some shit today, dog.
I was one of them people, bro, stuck in my ways. I still am stuck in my ways, bro. Like I get in my own head, bro, and it's hard for me to. I'm real good at giving advice, bro. Good with words, but I don't take my
You
own
don't take
advice,
your own
right?
advice.
Like when my wife, she just recently started her own business, right? Telling her go for it, but then for
You
me,
got things you want.
I'm
but-
like, I hesitate to do it on my end, right?
Yeah.
And she's telling me like, man, like everything you told me, like go for it, but I hesitate, like, and a big part of that is I think more than anything, I'm scared of disappointing myself, right? And I'm scared to disappoint them. But yeah, man, she's dealt with a lot, bro, as far as having to deal with the stubbornness, bro, and she's been the person I could say honestly, bro, that like opened my eyes to see things from a different point of view, right? Because I was when we first started dating in high school, boy, I remember our fights.
Mhm.
I'd be pissed, bro. I go 2-3 days, bro. I'd walk past her, bro. Like if
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
know her, like or
yeah,
anybody else would have been like, man, kick rocks. You know what I mean?
yeah. What the fuck I'm gonna do with
She
somebody that
she
don't even want to
she
talk to me?
stuck with me, bro, and she now I could say like she's got me out that comfort zone, bro. Like she got me where we could sit down now and like discuss things, and I'm not I'm not scared to go talk to her, be like, hey, look, I'm feeling like this about this situation, you know?
Yeah, that's good, bro. That sounds like you got an awesome wife, man. Because I know that that's part of it, bro. You need
Yeah,
somebody to make you feel okay to speak. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like sometimes like you were that hard person. I'm sure she was like, man, if I say something, he's just gonna fucking
Yeah, bro.
he's
I
gonna
would
go
blow
off or he's gonna
the
stop talking
top
to me.
like and don't get it twisted. Like I was never like I ain't never called my wife out of her name. I'm not a disrespectful person. Like I've never put my hands on her. I mean, like when I say like blow the top, I was just a person like I'd get I'd let my emotions get the best of me, right?
Mhm.
And instead of like figuring out what was the problem, I just shut down.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was like a coping mechanism, I guess you could say, right? I would just shut down in my
yeah. Well, it's like
I'd
you
figure
said,
like
man. We weren't really taught how to deal with our emotions,
yeah, like
bro.
I figured in my head, I was like, man, if I don't talk about it, it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
And she'd come back, bro, like after 2-3 days not talking, she's like, you wanna talk about what happened? And I'm over here thinking like, man, I thought
I'm over that. Well, it's
like
gone. Well, it's under
I'm
the
think
rug, really,
yeah,
though,
I'm
bro.
thinking it's swept under the rug and she's like, nah, we gotta fix it because it's gonna keep
It's gonna
happening.
keep. Yep, that's for
And I
sure.
had to learn that with her. And it's just like you say, like I wasn't taught that, bro, growing up. It was just like you bicker, you argue, and it's like, all right, it's done. Like it is.
Yeah.
But we never got down to the root of the problem, right? And
Yeah.
she helped me figure that out. And I mean I still got a lot of like she recently she probably gonna laugh when she sees this. She recently started doing this like 7 seconds or 7 minutes. She'll like come up to me and bro, like I said, we've been together 15 years.
Yeah.
And to me it's still kind of like I'm still trying to deprogram myself, right? Like
Yeah.
to let go, right? To let go of that how I was brought up, bro, that mentality I got, like I always gotta be like on go, right?
Yeah.
But she got this thing, like I walk in the house and she'll be like, I bring it in. Like she like 7 seconds of just hugging and like just really like just
Like,
being there in the moment,
yeah,
right?
like you can, whatever you went through
And
today, just do
I
this.
haven't even told her, but once she sees this, it's gonna be a conversation. It's gonna be
Oh, I love this shit.
like when I'm hugging her, bro, like I'm thinking about it now. It's a coping mechanism, bro. Like
Yeah.
I start doing other things, or I'm looking for my little boys to come like interact with me because I don't want to deal with those 7 seconds, right?
Yeah.
But it's just even though we've been together 17 years, bro, and it's not nothing with her, bro.
Yeah, it's you. It's you,
me, bro. I'm trying to. It's things I got to figure out within myself, right?
Man, you ever thought about meditation, bro? You try to do some meditation?
I ain't never tried it, bro, but
Well, I only say that because
I'm open to anything at this point. Like,
I only say that because, bro, like that sounds. I mean, no offense, bro. I'm not, but to me, like, it's hard for you to sit with yourself. It's hard for you to.
oh yeah, bro.
It's hard for
like
you to kind of like fake, like I don't know. That sounds beautiful, bro. Like I
like
would
that.
think after a long day, hard work, whatever shitty job, whatever going on, and you come get them 7 seconds, you should be like,
Oh no,
"Ah."
I enjoy hugging on my wife, bro. I mean, she'll be the first one to tell you I'm all for that, bro. Like, but in the sense of
like they're
like dealing with emotions, bro, I still kind of like I ain't there 100%, right?
yeah. Yeah, but that's good, man. That's good that you got a wife that it seems like she understands that.
Yeah,
and she's helping you with that.
And really, bro, and like I tell you before this whole when we're talking behind the scenes about coming on this podcast and that, and it's really the more than anything it was well really support you, and then it's kind of helped me on this journey. I want to say probably about a month or two trying to been on is kind of like bring it back to the whole deprogramming, right? Like kind of really like I've been in my head these last couple months, bro. Just really like I gotta been in a funk, bro. Like me and my wife had a conversation. I say a heart to heart, and I really like just told her like, man, like that whole. I used to think like that whole saying was like, you look good, you feel good,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to think, that's a bunch of bullshit. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just people for the internet.
Yeah, yeah, for
But
sure.
I told her like, man, lately, bro, like I really been in my head like certain things I haven't accomplished. I beat myself up about. I'm like, man, I ain't done this, I ain't done that, or just things like just certain goals I ain't met yet
Yeah,
that I beat myself up, and she'll be the first one to tell me like, man, like everybody has their timeline, right? Like you ain't gotta like do it at the same time somebody else done it. But I'm like, I'm real hard on myself, bro, and so it's kind of one of those things like that journey of just like really like kind of really trying to find like that good avenue, right? Like,
yeah. What I would say, man, is because I'm the same way, bro. I'm hard on myself. Well, but I'm starting to get out of that, bro, because you got to be proud of yourself. You gotta kind of
yeah,
like flip your mindset. I know it's easier said than done, but like where just more positive, more like be proud of yourself and look how far you have came. Like,
yeah, yeah.
look where we come from, bro.
Oh yeah,
The
for
like you
sure.
said, the not an affectionate family that you have, and but now you got a family of your own.
Oh yeah,
You got your boys. You got a great wife. It seems like, bro. I'd have to meet her one day.
yeah, for sure, for
And
sure.
um, and then I'm sure the accomplishments you're able to keep a job, bro. You got a crib. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
These are all.
it's been hard lately to keep the job I got, bro.
These,
Every day I want to quit on him, bro.
I think that's all of us, bro. Because a job is a job. At the end of the day, like a job is a job. I mean, that's me though. That's where my shit comes in. Where
Yeah,
I be beating myself up when like I was. I don't know, man. I don't think I was influenced a lot as far as jobs and different things. And now
yeah,
I feel like, man, I should have always just followed my passions. Like, and that's where I beat myself up at
yeah,
because I didn't follow those things. But at the end of the day, man, the world, it's a purpose and all of this shit, bro. And that's that's like your wife was saying. There's a timeline, and you're on that timeline, but you got to think positive though. You gotta push yourself. Like I'm glad you came on here, bro, because I know this, like you said, is out of your comfort zone. But this is the stuff it takes.
oh
This,
yeah. Like your brother said something in your last podcast.
yeah,
He said I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something about um when you're doing the same thing every day. It's like what are you really doing? And
yeah,
and when I bring it back to that heart to heart I had with my wife, it's kind of where the conversation was. Like I've been stagnant, bro. Like I've hit a point I could say that I've gotten comfortable, bro, and it's like I'm not happy with that. Like I'm like, damn, like I know I could do better. I've done better, and I'm like, why did where did where did I get comfortable at? Like why am I in this comfort zone, right?
yeah,
And it's just kind of conversation we had when she like, well, I'm glad we're talking about this. Like now we know what we got to do to grow, right?
yeah,
And even with her, bro, like I'm like brings it back to like her business. I'm steady like telling her like, man, we're gonna do this, do that, like pushing her to grow her business. But then like me personally, I'm just stagnant, bro. Like I'm just
Well,
so I'm like
like, well,
I gotta get out that funk. You know what I mean?
what
And
I
I,
know, what I noticed earlier, bro, when you told me how you're quick to help, like you got people that you're quick to help and stuff like that. Sometimes that may be your purpose, So you might find a lot of gratitude in just helping her business grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me push you to get this, and then once that looks good, you'll probably be like, I did that with, like, I helped her do that. I could do my own, like, what I did for her, I could do for myself now. But my thing is, all like, I don't know, man. You just always gotta think in a positive. There's always a good in the bad thoughts that we have,
no, yeah,
like
and
always.
don't get it wrong. I don't have a. I won't say they're so negative, right? But I just like a lot of my thing is like I'm. I know I've gotten complacent in like the place I'm at. And I'm like, man, I really gotta find my find my way out of that situation, right? Like I don't know, probably it's coming on here and it's opening the door to maybe go home and sit with my wife and say, hey, like I think we should do it,
Yeah.
or even probably with you or whatever the case may be, right? But I know I'm tired of like
Being
being
complacent.
stagnant. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, nah, let's do it. We got.
And that's why you got to do these uncomfortable things, bro.
Oh
Because
yeah, for
that's when
sure.
you find out more about yourself. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like now I know you want to fuck with music, bro. You come fuck with music with
Yeah.
me, dog. Like that's the things that you probably sheltered yourself from. Like I didn't know that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know that. Like
Yeah. And
now I know that.
and
So
bro, it's
so
like
it's relationships and things like that you gotta trust. You gotta
oh
trust
yeah,
them
for
things.
sure. And it brings it back to like the whole like, or at least me in my personal experience, like, and I'm trying to show my boys when they're obviously they're not old enough, but when they get of the age, like, man, don't just chill with this certain people at school. Like, man, go chill with everybody, right?
Yeah.
Cause I was that person in high school. Like I had my crew of friends, and like I'd get invited to other places, right?
Yeah.
But if I didn't have one of them riding with me, like I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna tell my little boys, like, man, you gotta go network with everybody, cause you never know that they're gonna be that person to open up a door
Yeah.
that's gonna set you in the right path, or you might discover something you like chilling with that crowd of people, right? Don't keep yourself boxed in. And I feel like growing up, that's what I did, bro. I kept my, and nothing wrong with that, because the people I kept in my circle, I mean, I still rock with them
Yeah,
to this
yeah,
day,
yeah.
right? I mean, those are the ones I could call 2-3 in the morning, and I know they're gonna pick up.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I personally kept myself boxed in, right? I didn't really go mingle with other people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think a lot of us tend to do that, man. I realized I did that. I got my crew that I appreciate, that I love, but like I said, we didn't have the same visions.
Yeah,
And sometimes that's nothing against them. They're still my boys.
Yeah.
We can still kick it when the time needs, but if you got other things, like big one for me was like I had a lot of friends that don't even have kids. So like, you know what I'm saying? So like I gotta go home or I'm doing something with my daughter or something that's like
yeah,
but I don't get me wrong, I was out with them at a
Yeah.
point, but I had to grow up too, and it took me some time to realize like, hey man, y'all don't got what I got at home. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all
Yeah.
don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Or even like even just women too, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like dealing with, oh bro, come on, bro, there's gonna be some hoes over here. It's like, well, I'm looking for a wife, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to find no hoes. So, like, so I understand that completely. Where you and that's a man. You sound like a great father, bro. And that's like I said, I admire you for. I could see it, bro, from a distance how you really care about your family, and that's big. And they're gonna learn a lot from that. And man, I seen recently though, you got well, I think it was recently. You got your boys like a drawing tatted on you.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, that's
What inspired that? It's something you always
my
wanted
wife,
to do?
bro.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of I'm telling you, bro. That's my backbone, bro. Like that woman, she does. She don't know what she does for us. But yeah, bro. Just a random conversation. Just she told me I have this leg. I have a half sleeve, right? I plan to finish it, and she just so to kind of explain my wife, bro. My wife's a person that she's spontaneous, bro. Like my wife wants to go do this, and she like don't think like how
we need
how we gonna do it, how much money is it gonna cost us. Like she just let's do it,
Yeah.
right? That's and I love that about her.
Yeah.
But my bank account hates that about her, right?
Yeah.
Cause she just wants to like do it, and I'm like, or like my kid, my boys, you can't, a kid, bro, you can't tell them you're gonna do something, because if the plan falls through, they're gonna have a meltdown.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll just tell my boys, like, I don't know, this, for example, hey, we're gonna go to the zoo today.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the zoo's closed that day.
Oh man.
Now he's heartbroken, and I'm telling
Yeah.
her, like, you see, that's why you shouldn't
shoulda
tell
looked
him.
it
You
up,
shouldn't
or
have said nothing.
yeah.
You should have figured out. But that's the type of person she is. So one day she's like, man, you know what would be so cool? If you just get, like, every year, you get the boys' drawings tattooed on you. And at first, I was like, I'm thinking from like, aesthetically, I'm like, man, this gonna look all crazy. Like, you're tripping.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, bro, I hit up Abel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, bro, originally, I hit up Abel, and I'm like, hey, bro, I got an idea. I want to see if you're down with it. Because Abel had already done a tattoo on me.
Okay.
I'm like, he's like, oh, yeah, what's up? What's the deal? I said, hey, I want to get my little boy's drawing on me, but I want him to tattoo it. Like, like you just gonna watch him, but I want my little boy with the tattoo gun and he's gonna tattoo it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, oh hell yeah, bro, let's set that up for sure. He was gonna do it, and finally we set it up, and Abel didn't do it, but shout out to Abel.
Yeah.
His boy is another tattoo artist that works right there in the studio. Sore did it just as good. The day we're gonna do it, I tell my little boy, I'm like, hey, I tell my wife, I'm like, we're getting ready. Like, just I came home, I'm like, hey, let's go do it. Cause Abel, I had hit up Abel, and he's like, hey, bro, I'm booked right now, but
Yeah, he got it.
Sore could get you, but you gotta come now. I'm like, man, bro, I'll be there in an hour. So I tell my little boy, I'm like, hey, and he was just kind of like he wasn't feeling it. My wife was like, man, like, we're gonna be there for a while. She like, let's just go drop him off at my mother-in-law's. At my mother-in-law's, her mom's.
Yeah.
And he didn't even end up going with us, but it was just kind of one of those random things, bro. Just took the jaw and did it, and it's my favorite tattoo, bro. Like,
that's badass, bro. That's badass, and yeah, shout out to Abel, man. I just linked up with him recently, man, and we gonna see if we can get his ass up here too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that's dope, man, and that's big. That's big, bro. Cause I'm kind of, I got artistic and shit. I would have made my daughter like, man, you better practice on your shit.
Nah, but I think that's the beauty about it, bro. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I got pants on, you can't see it, but that's and they really captured like his drawing,
what
bro.
He did,
like
yeah.
all the details he did, like, and I think what stands out about that tattoo, his name, my oldest son's name is Jude, but if you look at it, it's backwards. At the time, my little boy broke his arm.
Oh, okay.
So he's right-handed. He learned how to write with his left.
Left hand. Okay.
So
that's
drawing,
when he drew
you
that.
look at it, the J's backwards. I mean, he's writing backwards, so it's kind of one of those tattoos, like it's gonna bring me back to that moment in time, right? As the years go by. But man, it's when he's seen it, he's like, Dad, but how did you do it? That's my drawing. And then when I'm wearing shorts throughout the house, bro, my youngest, my 2-year-old, he'll go on point, and I have to tell him like, oh, this is, because it's a dinosaur, a frog. It's a stuffed frog my boy got. He calls him Froggy. And then his name, and he points to all of them, and I have to tell him like what it is. And
yeah,
that would go on for about 10, 15 minutes. He's just pointing, I'm just sitting there repeating. But yeah, man, it's
yeah, that's cool, man. I think that's cool. I see it. It's always talked about, but for people to do it, and that's pretty cool. You did that for your kids, I think, and the way they interact with it, I'm sure it means a lot to you.
I'm honestly scared to see what my 2-year-old is gonna draw, because he's
next, huh?
He's the one that's off the walls, bro. he's a handful, bro, to say the least.
But yeah, man, I got a quick question. How old were you when you married? You got married? Oh, well, you said you were with your woman for 15 years.
I was 25, bro.
25.
I'm 30 now. We got married at 25. Well, I was 25. She was 24, and that's when we had our first boy.
And man, when it comes to love, bro, I'm a little lost with that shit. So I kind of want to know, how did that feel, dog? Like, you just knew, or can you shed some light on like getting married, bro? Like, how you take that step, dude?
To me, I felt like it was just, I didn't plan this out, bro. Like, I didn't, you see on the movies, like, they plan this whole thing out. It was just like, at the time we were going, my family was planning a vacation. And my aunt called me, and she said, hey, we went to Destin, and she's like, hey, we're going to get a photographer to take pictures of the family. Like, so she was kind of breaking down the cost, because everybody was paying their portion.
Yeah.
So she calls me, and I get off the phone with her. We agreed to it. I'm like, yeah, we want to be a part of it. And just right then and there, bro, I was like, man, you know what? Let me just take advantage of the opportunity. Like, I'm going to a badass beach.
Yeah, Destin's pretty nice, man.
And they're already locking in a photographer. All I gotta do is ask her to marry me. Like, that's what went on in my head, bro. Like, I didn't plan this for 6 months, 3 months. It was kind of just like,
there.
Let's do it like this. It was presented to me. I took advantage, and it was just like, I think this is the next step. And we did it, bro. Like, I mean, I did it. But it was just a matter of like the next day I went to go look for rings, and it took me about 3 4 hours to pick the ring, and it was done
Damn,
deal.
man, that's crazy, bro. I mean, well, I find it crazy because you talk about how, and I think that's why your wife has a lot of belief in you, man, because that's a big step. That's a big step, and it's something that you thought and you did, you acted.
Yeah.
And I think with all these other things that you do, you think and you don't act. She's like, man, I seen you do it before. Like I know you're capable of it.
That's brings it back to that conversation. That's why I've been like telling you, like I say this last year, bro. I've really been like super in my head, bro. Like beating myself up because I'm that type of person, bro. Where I'm like, if you tell me, hey, bro, we're gonna go do this, I don't think about it, bro. Let's go do it. Like if you tell me, if I got the money, bro, you tell me, hey, bro, look, I got this business idea. Let's do this. I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about the negatives. I'm more of a optimistic person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I've always been, right? And lately, I'm like, damn, like I've been optimistic with everybody around me, but with myself, I'm like, damn, like I just
Yeah,
play in
man.
the
We get.
backfield. You know what I mean, like,
Yeah, nah, I get it though, man. Cause I think we all do it, man. I've lived like that for a long time, bro. It's funny, man, cause people tell me like, no, you don't, bro. I be seeing you all over. You do this and you do that, and I'm
oh
like,
yeah, bro, but it's easy. I can't tell you, like, I don't know if you know, bro. When we went to middle school, right?
mm-hmm.
So when I got up and moved, my dad had just came home from the feds. So I just got up. He got released, bro. I just got up and I wanted to go live with him. So I moved, left. 9 months later, he passed away. Right? Fast forward, passed away. Now I know it. Like looking back now, analyzing, I'm like, damn, like I went through depression and like I got myself out of it, right?
yeah,
Because nobody, I could tell you, and it might, whoever sees this might get offended, but like I didn't have nobody like telling me like, hey, how you doing? Like I was a 15-year-old kid, bro. I never had my dad. Like I didn't have nobody telling me like,
what
hey,
time? Well, what age? If you don't mind me asking, what age did your dad pass away?
what age did he pass away?
You, you
Oh, I
what?
was 15. My
You
dad
were
was
15.
39, bro. Yeah, he was young. But my dad was locked up my whole life, right? So then I come out, he comes out 9 months, and then I'm stripped of that, right?
Yeah,
But I didn't have nobody like helping me cope with the grief,
coping
right?
with it.
So I never,
So you dealt with it all yourself.
yeah, and a big part of my wife, bro, she helped me deal with it too, cause like as an adult, bro, I'm learning like how to cope with my dad's loss, right? Cause I didn't
Yeah,
do it when it happened,
yeah. I
and I
mean,
didn't have nobody in
if you
my
didn't have
corner
nobody with you,
saying like,
yeah,
hey, like how you doing? I didn't have nobody checking in on me, or and not to say it's their responsibility, but I know that's what I would do for somebody. Like me,
right.
me now being older, I would like to say I would, God
Be there
forbid
for
that
somebody.
happened to a close family member of mine. I would like to say like I'd go pick up my nephew. I'd go pick up my niece. Like hey,
Nah, I feel you,
like
man.
step
It's
into that
hard.
role, right?
Yeah,
And I didn't have that, so like now we fast forward is like brings it back to like I gotta deprogram all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and it's it's hard, bro. Like you
nah. I honestly, bro, like from the outside looking in, cause I remember when that was kind of when that kind of happened,
yeah,
and,
bro.
and
Cause
and through the homies, like even as me, even as I mean, I'll just be honest. I wasn't a person that like, well, that's not my business. Like I don't know how to approach that, But from me outside looking in, I didn't see you really coping with that either. I mean, well, you probably were in some ways, but I don't remember you ever being
yeah,
like
but
like vocal about it or like
yeah, and I say all that to say this when you were saying like when your homeboys were like, "Oh, I see you happy," I'm like, "Yeah, bro, it's a coping mechanism, bro.
yeah,
It's like I've talked to some family members of mine and they say like, man, I remember like we would look at you and it's like you weren't even there, and I'm like, but why didn't I get the help I needed,
yeah,
right? But at the same token, I got homeboys that are like, damn, bro, we never knew you were going through that. But I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, bro, but because it's easy to hide what you're really going through, bro. Like, and we're taught that as little kids. You know what I mean? Like and that's what I don't want to show my kids, bro.
Well,
Like
I
my
think that's
boys.
what That, I mean, unfortunately, that's. I mean, you didn't have nobody, so like, that's what you thought it was, you know?
Yeah.
Because to me, I wouldn't know either, dog, and my condolences and all that. You know what I'm
Appreciate it.
saying? But nah, I mean, from the outside, I mean, as the homies too, like, cause I remember that being kind of like, hey, you need, chill, Brian. You probably done, and it's like, I don't, but I would see you. And like you said, it'd be like, oh, he looks all right. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like, well, really though, bro. I mean, I wasn't even really close to everybody enough to have those conversations, but I just thought to myself, like, well, it's not my business. Like, I'll just, be there as a homie,
Yeah.
like we fucking drinking shit, you know what I'm saying? But I know that ain't the right way either.
Yeah.
But we was young, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's hard too, though, bro. Like, I think that's something else that we gotta understand as far as like, cause I got people that I'm around that I be like, I expected things from them too, at times.
Yeah.
But I realized, like, some people just don't know. Some people don't know how.
But-
And like I said, the conversations I had with my brothers, them being older, like, they weren't really there for me and shit like that on certain occasions. But it was myself too, though. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't ever vent to them. I ain't never.
Oh yeah, and
I didn't ever go to them.
I take accountability on that too, cause like I remember when it happened, bro. Like, man, I remember I'd lock myself in, not literally, but I'd go in my room, bro, and just listen to music, bro, just for hours.
Yeah.
And even to this day, bro, my wife would tell you, there's days, bro, like, there's days it's easy for me to think, man, my dad's coming home. But because growing up for 15, I mean, my
Yeah.
dad was like a lot of my childhood,
Like,
bro.
yeah.
I always knew my dad was coming home one day. He had a release date. So even you're talking about my
So you
dad
was
died
waiting
15
for
years ago, bro. There's times I think like, oh, my dad got a release date. He's gonna come home, and then I gotta snap out of it and be like, nah, my dad's in the grave. You know what I mean? But it's just, and I think it's like you say, accountability. Like I never reached out for help, but in the same token, I feel like I was a kid, bro. Like how do you?
Yeah, nah, I
mean,
get
a
it,
kid
man.
don't know how to.
Nah,
How to
and it's
say
really
it,
not
you know?
on you. It's really not on you to go out and and be vulnerable in them senses at that age. I don't think I agree with you.
And that's another thing, bro. I mean, I ain't preaching to the choir or crying about it. I grew up faster than I had to, bro. I took on the role because I wanted to, of being that father figure to my little sisters, right?
Okay.
But in the same sense, I took on that role when I didn't know what a father. I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. My dad did the
What he could.
best he could. I mean, I never not got a Christmas card. He sent me birthday gifts. I mean, a few programs he got into in there that were he would send us like Christmas gifts from him, and we got to open them around Christmas time. So I mean, I always in phone conversation when I would go visit him, like he did the most he could with what he had, right?
Yeah.
But I took on the role of being that father figure, right? And I didn't know.
But not really
I
knowing
really
how.
didn't know how to be a father. So now it brings it back to like, for so long, my wife even told me, she like, for so long you took care of other people. Like, it's time for you to like sit down and really like, what do you want? Like, do it for yourself now. Like, don't like. It's okay to be selfish sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning, bro. I gotta
And
figure out what I want to do and just run with it. And I think we got it down.
Yeah, nah, I agree, man. I agree. There's time for that, but like I said, man, it's you gotta always look at the positive and see that the bigger purpose for all of this. Like, I mean, you got 2 boys now, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell. I mean, it sounds like you're doing well with them. So
Shit, I'm waiting.
I wouldn't beat yourself up, man. I think that's.
I'm getting out of my head, bro. I think I think since I had
You read
that
books,
conversation, man, bro,
'Cause I got-
you gonna laugh
I
about.
got a couple books for you,
I'm
man.
probably the most illiterate, non-spelling motherfucker you ever gonna
Hey,
run
man,
into, bro.
that's.
I need audibles, bro.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, like, it just depends, man. Like me, I don't like audiobooks because I want to challenge myself with reading. If that makes any sense, like to me, because I'm not a reader. I fucking hated reading. I wouldn't pick up a book for shit. I failed reading in school. Like couldn't comprehend with shit, and then but I wanted to find better. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to educate myself, and so I picked up some books, bro. And I mean, it feels good to say that I read like 4 or 5 books now. You know what I'm saying? Like chapter books. You know what I'm saying?
Man, my wife's been on that, bro. Like, she's probably about 4 or 5 books in too since the beginning of the year. I don't know where she picked it up at. She just picked it up, and I'm like, she's kind of been pushing it on me.
I mean,
I'm
to
like,
me, it's a if you find meditation hard, it's a sort of it's like meditation because you got to block everything out and focus on reading.
yeah.
And so, I mean, I would try. I mean, I don't know, man. I just got a couple books that I feel like you can definitely find some
Yeah, I've been
on. And
man. I was talking to another homeboy of mine, and he sent me a list of books too. He's like, man, bro, you should check these out. So I think it's something I'm gonna pick up on and try to. My wife, there's times, bro, I gotta turn around. I get woken up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. She's fucking reading the book. I gotta tell her like, man, go to sleep, like, cause she'll fucking stay up to 2, 3. I'm like,
I wish I could
damn.
do that. I'm a like a chapter. I mean, not even a chapter. I'm like a few page dude. Like I gotta read a few pages.
I need like a picture book, bro. That's what I need, bro.
Nah, man, we gotta challenge ourselves, man.
I agree, bro. Just
but try audio books, bro. Like audio book, man.
my brother was actually telling me about. I don't know what book it is. He was telling me about a 50 Cent book. He's like, man, bro, like listen to it. Like,
yeah, I actually want to read that one too.
What he's saying, he told me to listen to it on Spotify. He's like, man, bro, what he's saying is really like, it gets you thinking. I'm like, all right. And I've been meaning to look it up.
And does he do it? 50 Cent, the audio book? Do you know?
He said my brother said it's on. Oh, I don't know. I haven't, but I think my brother said he does.
Cause that's what's dope. Like the only audio book I done was Jay Prince, and it's because
how was that book?
It's pretty cool, man. I mean, it's more into his life, and like I didn't know he was so godly.
That's
like
what they say.
Like yeah, I didn't know. I mean, he's I mean Instagram shit. He's more vocal about it now, but before I thought he was a mobster. You know what I'm saying? I thought
bro, he's gone. I mean, he's gone against the feds, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're following. I mean, yeah.
But that's the only one I was like, man, I gotta hear him.
It's just something about Jay Prince's voice, bro.
Yeah,
it's like it wouldn't have been right. Like,
yeah, that's
if
what
he
I'm
didn't
saying.
have
So when he did it, I was like, I gotta hear him, man, because the way he talked, the way he vocals himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta hear that as an audio book, and I heard that audio book. But that's the only audio book. That's the only one audio book I've done.
And where's that one at?
I think I did that one on Apple Music. I think.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
But yeah, his man, that guy's wired different, bro. Like
it's crazy. Like everything surrounding him right now. If you think about how that guy's wired, it's crazy to see what's going on now. But then you see how like his kids are wired. It's like night and day. Like that man moves. His mentality is just different, and I think that's why he got a lot of.
But you know what's crazy? Like in that book, he's been like that since like 12 years old.
It's crazy,
and that's why I say he wired different, bro.
Yeah, what's that saying? It's not on you, it's in you. Like when you're born with it, bro, you're born with it. Like you can't. That's
that Nipsey shit I got in
my I need to get one of those off of you.
Yeah, I definitely make you one, man. Whatever, send me something.
I actually want to kind of like what you got set up in here. Once I get one of my rooms back in my house, I tell you, man, my wife
took over all the rooms. Huh?
Took over all the rooms, man. She got to start a photography business, man. It's taking off, bro.
Yeah, she does really good work, bro. Actually, we can link up with that.
Man.
Anybody
want to check her out, man? You won't be disappointed with her work. And it's crazy, bro. She picked up the camera, bro, and she found her calling, bro. Like she found something she enjoys doing and loves doing, bro. And it's it's actually helped me, bro. Cause there's times like we go book studios
Mm-hmm.
for certain clients she has that want studios. Um, and I gotta like I tell you, bro, like I'm a person that I like being in the back corner. I
Yeah,
chill.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'll conversate, but I'm like, I keep to myself.
Yeah, I got
But
you.
when I go help her out, I gotta
Interact.
I gotta interact. So it's taking me on my comfort zone. Like I gotta
That's
go
what I'm
interact
saying,
with some
man.
like.
I
So
think,
it's cool, bro. I enjoy doing it with her, bro. Like I really do.
yeah,
And not only that, bro. I like
work.
seeing her work, bro, and see where it's going. Like I really see her, bro. In
She's an inspiration to
man,
you.
2, 3 years, bro. She gonna be up there with the top photographers in Houston. She gonna have her studio, and we gonna she gonna be big, bro. I could see it. I feel like
Yeah,
she got it in her, bro, and I see the drive, and we gonna push for it.
yeah, man. That's good, man. Keep supporting her. Like I said, we could probably even link up. I don't know if she want to start advertising. You know, I could do canvases for the business too or
Oh
something.
yeah, for sure.
Like,
Man, like I said, I didn't even know you did that, bro. Now that
I
I know
mean,
you did it.
yeah, I don't really be pushing the shit too much, but you know, it's cause I'm learning as I go with that too. But it ain't much to it though. Um, but yeah, man, I think we're gonna wrap it up, bro.
Oh, for sure.
It's, yeah, man. So holla at y'all, man. Artistic Views, my boy Brian, man. I appreciate you coming through, dog.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
For sure, man. We got and it's always you come again, bro. Don't think this is the only
Sure, for
time.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? And our next time, bring your wife, bro. She got to bring some secrets out of you, dog. Nah, but yeah, man, we're gonna sign off, man. Till next time, fuck with y'all. Artistic, you.